Page 274. Okay, the asset market, money, and prices. So, on the page 275, the textbook talks about a very interesting situation in a prisoner of war camp. Okay, this is in the Second World War. In a German POW, we call POW prisoner of war, POW. In this place, as you can tell, they are prisoners of war. They don't have any kind of production function. Okay, they don't produce anything. The only thing they get is called ration. What is ration? They get food for free. They get cigarette, a lot of the goods, products that use for daily consumption. And it is kind of interesting. Finally, they turn out to use cigarette. Okay, cigarette. What is cigarette? This is cigar, right? Cigar. Sorry. Huang Jiaxuan, what is cigar? It's the big one, okay? It's the big one. And so, what is cigarette? E-T-T-E, okay? What is E-T-T-E? Means smaller. So cigarette, okay, is a small cigar, but it's generally much smaller. And so what happened is that they use cigarette as currency. So this is use a currency. Money, okay? To put it simply, money, okay? And so, what kind of question you're gonna have, or problems or troubles for this kind of economy? Liu Jiaqi. If this economy uses cigarette as money, what will be the problem? For example, some people do smoke, right? Okay, so what would be one of the problems? So when the ration comes, so it means the goods supplies come. Okay, let us say on the first day of the month. Okay, and then it comes again at another. So let us say March 1st, right? And then you have it April 1st. So at the beginning, when the supplies comes, but at the end, right, the supply of course going to go down, right? And so what will be sort of like we call business cycle, okay, in this economy. So at the beginning of the month, what will happen? And at the end of the month, what other kind of situation will happen? 4 words. But of course, at the beginning and at the end, the phenomenon are different. And again, I said we use cigarette, right? Yeah. As currency. So currency in Mandarin, 2 words. Currency. Wang Beizhen, currency. Okay, that's good. But the other. Okay, what else? You remember that when I say currency, C, right? Exactly. Okay, good. Okay, so then at the beginning, what kind of phenomenon you have, and then at the end, what's the other? Exactly, because all the cigarettes come, right? But as time goes by, some people consume it, right? Okay, and then at the end, of course, you don't have that much currency. And so what happened is, at the beginning you have inflation. At the end you have deflation. And so this kind of cycle on and on and on, right? And so and sometimes there are rumors. For example, let us say it's Christmas or New Year, right? And there will be more supplies, okay? So when people just heard of it, there's going to be more supply coming, but it's not coming yet, okay? What happened? Inflation. So there's a story that rumor say the supply going to come and people have vigorous transaction, okay? Because they say we have money. But then all of a sudden it's not here. So the economy goes down. So that's exactly as we have predicted by the theories of economics. So very interesting. Okay, so I encourage you to read this part. Okay, page 275. Money in a prisoner of war. Okay, using cigarette. Okay, and sometimes, they, 陈佑熙, once in a while they use chocolate as currency. So what would be the problem? Chocolate. Right, exactly. If they use chocolate as money, what will be the problem? What else? I mean, even for cigarette, because you pass from one person to the other, you squeeze it, right? So what happened? The quality goes down, right? The quality. And sometimes some people just need some, if he really want to smoke, right? And he just do it like this, and some of the material comes out, right? So you see, it still looks like a cigarette, but some of the, the weed, okay, some of is coming out, right? You know what I'm talking about. But it's still a cigarette. So what happened? This is what we call bad money So, Xu Shaoxuan, can you tell us in Mandarin? Exactly. Okay. So Xu Shaoxuan, there are some goods. I don't smoke, so I don't know anything about it. But let us say we have some, very high quality cigarette, say Mile 7, right? Marlboro, whatever. Okay. So if you are the people there, you're going to use a good one, high quality one as money, or the bad one? The bad one, right? Because high quality one is more expensive. Even though, but because it's a cigarette, you only can buy one cigarette, right? So why bother using the good one? Good one is for consumption, right? Okay. So another interesting things there, okay? Okay, let's move on. So I encourage you to read 275, okay? It's very interesting. Okay, and then page 276, okay, the functions of money. You look at the pink words, right? Medium of the exchange, store of value, okay? But, and then, okay. But we have two more, right? Unit of account, okay? Unit of account and defer payment, okay? And defer payment. Okay, let's turn to page 278. Okay, so this is different from what we have discussed in class, okay? In the United States, you have M1 and M2, right? So, but in Taiwan, we have M1A, M1B, and M2, okay? So it's different. And page 279, okay, page 279, it says the effect of dollarization on the United States and other nations. So, because US dollar is used by American people, right? And the central bank of the United States is in control. So even, let us say, El Salvador, okay, or Ecuador, these countries, they use US dollars. Can they print US dollars? The answer is no. So because of that, they don't have monetary policy, okay? Because the monetary policy is controlled by the United States, okay? And so if you're gonna use other countries' money as your money, you will be in trouble because first of all, you don't have monetary policy, okay? If US dollars increase interest rate, you will be in trouble because your currency is US dollar and you will appreciate. So you will hurt your exportation, okay? So that's about it. Okay, 281. Here is that portfolio allocation and the demand for asset. And that's what John Maynard Keynes said, right? Remember, we say you have three kinds of demand for money. So that weighted. We have three kinds of demand for money. Can you still tell us why you demand money? Huang Weixin? Demand for money. Exactly. Three types. Transaction demand, right? Precautionary demand. And the last one, speculative demand. Gosh, we have talked about it. You forgot it. How come? So here, okay, let's have some review. So demand for money, you have transaction demand, right? Transaction demand and precaution, transactionary, okay? And precautionary, and then the other one, speculative. And I say it's very special, right? Speculative. So Wang Weixin, speculative demand in Mandarin, what would be that? Exactly. So oftentimes in the tests, people would say, so this is actually this, right? But sometimes the exam using this try to confuse you. It's not this one, no, because you want to make money out of your holding. So if interest rate goes up, okay, interest rate goes up, if you keep money in your pocket, you're gonna lose more interest payment. Okay, so here, price level goes up, money demand goes up because goods becomes more expensive, you have to keep more money in your pocket to buy it. Or income goes up, okay? Then usually if you get more income, you will buy more goods, so you have more money demand. And precautionary demand, basically something like this, right? And I think we have talked about this diagram, right? This is M, okay? And this is R. So, in my diagram, this is real money balance, okay? And this is real interest rate, okay? And we say this is money supply and this is money demand, right? And I believe we talk about liquidity trap, right? What is liquidity trap? Oops. Let's take a break.